So recently I managed to purchase Chivalry 2. It's a really fun game, and best of all, it had one key mechanic that I absolutely approve, and that is the ability to hold the block button with all weapons. You see, I used to play Mordhau back in the day. Although it was fun, the game had quite the difficulty in maintaining a player base in Southeast Asia. One huge factor was the difficulty of the game, and plenty of Mordhau's mechanics incentivize highly skilled players far more than newcomers. This was all well and good until veterans of the first Chivalry game flooded frontline and made short work of the newcomers. One of the examples of the mechanics rewarding skilled players rather excessively would be the existence of the Bloodlust perk, which back then lets you heal to full health. Luckily this perk is nerfed now, but back then, this combined with a war axe and heavy armor was the build of the sort of people who'd clear out teams in the lobby. Now this would make for a great montage and the like, but for the people who got stomped by this when they just bought the game, it was one of the least fun parts of the whole experience. In Chivalry 2, on the other hand, if you do kill someone, it will not recover your health. Therefore increases the chance of newcomers killing off highly skilled players. Another thing that did help with stopping this particular type of player was that blocking arrows and bolts is a lot harder to do in this game. Frankly, it wasn't difficult to block projectiles in Mordhau, which just made the ace players even harder to kill. But yeah, this is just a problem I had since I live in Southeast Asia. I heard that the community is still going strong in Europe and the United States. Great thing was in Chivalry 2, I don't really see situations where some old chiv vet wipes the floor with my team very often, so I'm pretty happy about that. If what I said about Chivalry 2 managed to pique your interest, here are some pointers I have for the classes and weapons you'd start out with. The class I'd recommend to newcomers the most is the Poleman, armed with a halberd. The halberd is really good, has great charging attack that is rather easy to land even for newcomers. Even if you fail to land this charge attack, don't worry, just stab the enemy. You'd be surprised how annoying the halberd can be when used for stabs. This class also has a medkit ability, so even if you're not contributing in damage or kills, you can still help your teammates by healing them. Another option is the knight that's armed with a longsword. Longswords are great, but in my opinion, the knight is more challenging to use since this weapon shines a lot more on better players. Yet the knight is great if you're seriously trying to get better at the game, since he has a lot of hit points which gives the newcomer plenty of chances to learn from an encounter. Also a great team player with a healing trumpet. The two classes that I suggest you, the newcomer, not to try out early on is the Vanguard and the Archer. The Vanguard is not a bad class, far from it, but it is rather hard for newcomers owing to its very small HP pool and also short weapon. The Archer, on the other hand, can be insanely annoying when used by a crack shot, but can be near useless to the team if one does not know how to aim with the bow. At least inept polemen and knights can help with healing. And that's all I can say in this video. I think I'm probably going to make more Chivalry 2 videos nowadays. If the video was useful or at the very least amusing, consider subscribing. And as always, have a great time.